Loki. Hello and welcome to the ABCs of weight loss. I'm Deanna. Today we are talking about the letter Q, and Loki is going like a madhouse already this morning, so that's going to be a glorious, glorious day. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome to the ABCs of weight loss. Hello, Misty. Hello, Will. Hello, Nikki and G and Jess. Hello, and thank you so much for being here today. Starting your Sunday off with this wonderful conversation that we're going to have. So, how I like to start every single ABCs of weight loss is with your guesses. We're talking about the letter Q today. So, I would love for you to guess what word or words you think that we might be talking about that start with the letter Q. What word or words do you think that we might be talking about that start with the letter Q? What words could it possibly be? And I'm assuming everybody can hear me and see me and everything. You guys are putting in your guesses, so there we go. I'm guessing that you can, so that's good. Quality, quick, good guesses. Quantity, great word, great words. Great, great, great words. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I try to settle in here for a minute and get comfortable so we can have our little talk today about the lovely words. Quantity. Just trying to see. Quit. Don't quit. Quit. Don't quit. Quit is a wonderful Q word. Wonderful Q word. And so, nobody said my favorite word. Nobody said my favorite word. Quest. Quest is my favorite word. I'm on a quest. A journey, an adventure to lose over 100 pounds. That's me. That is me. I'm on a quest. A journey towards a specific mission or goal. So I'm on this lovely quest, and quests and journeys are awful. They have, stumbling blocks, and they have, oh, here's a Q word. This is a fun one. Quicksand. Quicksand. So, quicksand. Did you ever feel like whenever you were a kid, like quicksand was going to be like this real thing that you were going to have to deal with, like quicksand. And have you ever seen actual real quicksand? That's my big question of the day. Quicksand. Have you ever seen any real quicksand? Anybody ever seen any real quicksand? Don't forget to hydrate while you're here today. So, I have never seen real quicksand, but I think quicksand could be like a metaphor kind of for life. It just kind of, things, you're trying to get out and it just keeps pulling you back, pulling you down, and it's like hold it on. And then you got to get a friend to give you like a stick to help you pull yourself out. And the more you struggle, the more you kick your legs, the more you fight with the quicksand, it just sucks you in a little bit deeper. And sometimes we just have to be calm and we have to be relaxed and we have to be chill and we can get out of whatever is like struggling, keeping to pull us down. So, quicksand, quicksand pulls when we struggle. Yes, Miss D, pulls when we struggle. And I think that's, something whenever we struggle with adapting to lifestyle changes, as we're all trying to do, trying to make, different changes. If we struggle with that and if we're kicking and we're fighting and we're screaming and everything, it's just going to pull us in deeper. But if we just relax and let it be a little bit simpler, a little bit easier, a little bit more calm, then it can be that. And we can get out of the quicksand and we can pull ourselves out. We just got to make it a little bit easier for us. So, quicksand. We also need to not be afraid to ask for help to get free. That is so true. That's why we're this community here. That's why we've got all these wonderful people who are all together in their pursuit of their goals, is so that whenever we feel stuck, whenever we feel, you know, all the things, we've got our friends to help, guide us, encourage us, support us, pull us out of the quicksand, pull us out. So we need to ask for help. We need to be willing to ask for help. We all need help at different times, and we just have to ask for it. If you're having, I'm frozen again. Gosh darn it. 1 second. Oh no. We're just going to go this way because that's just not agreeing with me today. So sorry. I think you can see me now. Everything all good? Oh, wait. Hold on. There we go. Is that better? Talk amongst yourselves because I always have technical difficulties. Like, whatever. Just. Ah. Now can you? I think you can now. Yay, I'm back. Okay, sorry. I'm just a girl who doesn't know how to work a computer and cameras and stupid stuff. And I like to use my better camera, but it is being very flaky on me. So, quicksand. I love the thought of quicksand. And nobody ever said that they have actual encountered real quicksand in life. So I'm guessing you've never seen any real quicksand. So, quicksand. So on a quest, you would think, you're going to encounter quicksand, and like how I was saying, We all have different things that, life, as we all like to say, life kind of gets in the way, life drags us down, and that's our quicksand. That's our quicksand that we encounter on our quest to become the best versions of ourselves that we can be. So that's that. So another Q word that nobody came up with, nobody mentioned was quotes. So I'm going to sit here and just talk for a minute because I think this is a good time. If you didn't come today with a pen and a piece of paper, you might want to grab a pen and a piece of paper because I'm going to ask for everybody to give us their favorite quotes, and you might want to write one of them down. Or you can come back later, play the video again so that you can remember what the quote was because I know for me, I don't always remember stuff and I got to write down. So, quotes. What are no, only seen it in movies? So, what are your favorite quotes that help you on a day-to-day basis or at different times? Are there any quotes that you like? Any quotes that kind of resonate with you? Any quotes? So, some quotes that I like. Oh, yeah, like I can see that now. Talking to myself. I've got a few quotes here, and they're all kind of centered around another word that we're going to talk about, which was brought up, the word quit. Quit. Life's challenges are supposed to help you discover who you are. Don't give up and learn not to quit. This one is totally me. I love this one. Of course, I struggle. I just don't quit. Of course, I struggle. I just don't quit. Loki. Ooh, here's a fun one. I already know what giving up feels like. I want to see what happens if I don't. When you think about quitting, think about why you started. It's a slow process. Don't make it slower by quitting. I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that don't work. So, quotes. Do you have any favorite quotes? This too shall pass. Good quote. Ooh, hustle until the haters ask if you're hiring. That's a good one. Listen, I wish I could tell you it gets better. It does get better. You get better. Hello, Caitlin. Hello, No Sugar Life. Just move on with your beautiful life. I like that. Fake it till you feel it. Ooh, great quotes, guys. Great quotes. This is awesome. Wonderful. Wonderful. I am loving the quotes. I am loving the quotes. I have on my vision board that I can see. It's on the other side of the computer over there on the wall. And it says, one of the quotes I have on my vision board is not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, it's what we do consistently. also favorite quotes. It's always good to have, quotes on hand, things that can help guide you, get you through something. Just, good reminders, good motivation, good feelings. Quotes are always, always, always so helpful. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day whispering, I will try again tomorrow. Ooh, where did it go? I missed it. It's not who you are, but what you do that defines you. Batman. Batman. Na, 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 na. Batman. It's a journey, not a race. I am loving these. Dreams don't work unless you do. Loving these. Emerging results. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Survival can be summed up in 3 words: never give up. That's the heart of it, really. Just keep trying. Every journey begins with the first step, for sure. Don't stop until you're proud recently because I tend to check the box but not really push myself. I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Like, you check the box, but you're really not pushing yourself. So I feel that, like, on occasions whenever I'm doing different exercises or even, just with, food and things like that, I'm checking the box, but I'm really not pushing myself. I'm really not, asking the big questions. Know where you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. Good morning. Good morning. I've been up for hours and hours. Already been on a walk and done some chores and all the things because I am an early bird lady, even on the weekends. Even on the weekends. Get up early. So, quotes, great quotes. I am loving the quotes. Quotes are just so helpful. So very, very, very helpful. So, while we're on the word quit, because I think I was kind of on the word quit as well as quote, because we're talking about words that start with the letter Q today. ABCs of weight loss, and we're talking about words that start with the letter Q. So here's the poem by Edgar A. Guest called Don't Quit that I'm going to read to you. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a fellow turns out about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems. To a faint and faltering man, often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when the night came down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And when you never can tell how close you are, it may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when you're the hardest hit. It's when things seem worst, you must not quit. So that was a fun little poem. All you need is love. All you need is love. Falling is acceptable, crawling is acceptable, crying is acceptable, blood is acceptable, sweat is acceptable, pain is acceptable. Quitting is not. Will's the guy. He's got like all the quotes. He's got them all. So yeah, sometimes whenever my chat does that, I have to like close out of my browser completely and then reopen my browser and then it'll appear to the right again. So sometimes that helps reset the settings because I don't like whenever I do the pop out chat. It drives me crazy. I like whenever it's on the right. As we're all trying to help her out, help her out, help her out. So, but I know none of us here today, we don't really need to talk much about the word quit because I think we're all fighters and none of us are quitters. And that's what I love about this community of people is that we are fighters and we don't quit and we keep going and we keep working and we keep doing the things. We're not always doing it as great and as awesomely as we want to, but we're doing it. We're doing it. I agree, Caitlin. Sometimes quitting can be positive. So let's talk about ways that quitting can be positive. What are things that we need to quit that are going to be positive? How can quitting be positive? Let's all talk about that for a minute. How can quitting be positive? Quit limiting myself. There we go. That's great. Quit limiting. Quit believing things that aren't true. I'll never be able to do this. I can't get there. I'm addicted. Ooh, quit toxic people. Definitely quit the toxic people. Quit letting social media dictate how you feel about yourself. Quit following people that don't bring you joy and make you smile, who make you feel less of a person than you are. Quit listening to my crazy brain. Quit obsessing. Quit comparing. Comparison is the thief of all joy. As much as I know that, I still want to compare myself. It's like the hardest thing to quit doing. So, yeah, if we quit these things that are bad for us, it's going to help us. Quit making excuses. Fire truck just went by. So, yeah, quitting can be positive. If we quit these things that are negative influences in our lives, it's going to help us. And congratulations to you guys for 2 years. That's amazing. Quit giving inanimate things like food power. Yes, food does not have any power over you. You control that with your thoughts. You control that in your mind. You control it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things that we need to quit. So sometimes quitting is awesome. Sometimes quitting is good. Sometimes quitting is beneficial. Woo-hoo. All right. So I'm going to move on to quick. Let's talk about quick for a minute. So, quick. What's the problem with, or what's good or what's bad about quick? Let's look at both perspectives. What do you think is good about quick? What do you think is bad about quick? What's your perspective? What's your thought? How does quick apply to us today? Quick. How does quick apply to you, your journey, your quest, your adventure? I am not quick at losing weight. I'll tell you that. I am not quick. But I'm quick to make judgments about myself. Quick. Talking about quick. Anybody want to talk about quick? Everyone is always chasing a quick fix. Sometimes it's slow, steady progress that makes the biggest impact. It's so hard because, and it's so true, always looking for the quick fix, and everybody's selling the quick fix. Everybody's like, I lost this much pounds in this, you know, short amount of time. Do this for quick results. We're so spoiled with quick delivery for things and everything that we forget that things take time and progress, especially when you're trying to change old habits that you had, when you're trying to make huge lifestyle changes. Like if something that you are trying to, reduce or eliminate is mindlessly eating in front of the TV or while reading, that's a habit that you've probably had for a long time. And it's a hard habit to break. A lot of times you don't even realize, that you had just gone and grabbed for that snack or whatever, and then you're in the middle of it. So it takes time and patience. It's not always quick to change big habits. I like to compare the quick solutions to the Old West snake oil people. Yeah, let's take these new drugs that are out. Let's do this. Yeah. It takes time. So we need to be patient. We can't always get things quick. Slow and steady is the only way. It's not what anyone wants to hear, but it's true. Oh no. Well, welcome, Cheryl. We're glad you made it. We're talking about quick and how does it relate to your weight loss, fitness, wellness journey. I find myself not having patience. I have to slow down and look at the progress. Slow down and look at the progress. And progress shows itself in so many different ways. And I don't think that we're always um, aware of the different ways that we're making progress. So we can be making progress in not necessarily, the number on the scale so much, but we can be making progress in making healthier choices in our food. We can be making progress in the habits where, maybe you used to be a person who anytime you got in the car, you had to go to a drive-through. It felt like, oh my God, I have to go to a drive-through. I have to go get a coffee. I have to get a sandwich. I have to stop at the gas station and get a snack. Because I'm in the car, I need to be eating. Maybe that's a habit you're trying to break, but it takes progress or patience. And we have to look at the progress that we're making. Like, how many times did you not go and do that habit that you're trying to break? Most people equate progress to the weight loss. Yep, it's not always the number on the scale. That's not the only way that we define the progress. A lot of people say, take pictures, take measurements, but that's not the only thing either, because that's also kind of like weight related, but it's the modifications that we're making in the way that we talk to ourselves and the way that we are more caring and self-compassionate with ourselves, the progress that we're making with, small daily habits that help us to live a better life. If you're, drinking, less soda, if you're drinking more water, if you are, you know, being more aware of how much food is on your plate, if you are mindfully eating, if you're actually sitting down and enjoying your food and taking it in versus mindlessly eating that food, that's progress. How many times have we just sit there and ate a meal and rushed through it and then we're like, oh wow, my food's all gone, but you don't even remember experiencing the food? So anytime you make progress by seeing that yourself is that you're doing that less, that's progress. So yeah, quick, quick. What other ways does quick? Don't miss soda at all. I can't quit soda 100%. I still like my diet soda, but I only have it like once or twice a week. 100%. I believe that it all starts with small mental changes. The physical changes are good, but the mental health part is very important and often overlooked. 100% believe that. 100% believe that. And that's why I think, we have these ebbs and flows in our weight loss, because you like get, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this and whatever. And you get the highs of those like weight loss, then those big numbers on a scale. And then you start seeing lower numbers, and it messes with you mentally, because you're like, well, what happened to that quick weight loss I was getting? And you have to get past the mental hurdles of that. There's so many mental hurdles that we have to get over or learn to deal with or cope with, or like so many skills that we get to learn as we're going through the quest. See how I did that there? See how I did that there? So much fun. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. So, another keyword that was not brought up, nobody mentioned it, but I'm going to talk about it, is questions. Questions. So, you all know that I like to journal and I like to write stuff down. Um, and questions is a big part of that. Questions. So, in the book, Chasing Cupcakes by Elizabeth Benton. She talks about questions. And are we asking ourselves the right question? So, a lot of times, whenever we aren't seeing the results we want or whatever, we like to go to what are we doing wrong and a lot of judgment questions and things like that. So we want to be asking ourselves the right questions. And I like to journal and I like to have questions as kind of like a guide, as a journaling prompt that I use for my questions. And I'm just going to read this kind of like section out of this book to you all whenever, just to kind of get your mind thinking about this. Adopting a better set of questions will create a better life. The power of these questions comes from asking them regularly, answering them honestly, and taking action on your answers. These questions aren't here for you to sit and answer. Use them daily to help you create change, overcome temptation, and become a better version of yourself. You'll find that some questions motivate and inspire you more than others. Use those first. Over time, you might find that they don't create the impact on your choices that they once did. At that point, start asking different questions. So I'm going to read some of these questions, and hopefully you brought some pen and some paper and you can write down some of these questions, and maybe you'd like to, meditate on some of the questions or journal on some of the questions, think about some of the questions because they might help and guide you through the next, week or days or whatever. So, who do you want to become? Who do you want to become? What can you release that is no longer serving you? What can you release that is no longer serving you? What do you want most? That was such one of my, that was like one of the guiding things whenever I was doing Weight Watchers years ago, was don't sacrifice what you want most for what you want at the moment. Here's a fun one. What familiar and convenient lies do you tell yourself? One won't hurt. It's just a little bite. I'll do it later. What familiar and convenient lies do you tell yourself? What are you in the habit of putting off? What are you in the habit of putting off? And let me know. Let me know in the chat, like if any of these really really like resonate with you. If they seem like, ooh, that's a good question I need to ask myself. Let me know. I didn't know if my chat was frozen or if people just weren't chatting. So everybody give me a thumbs up. Yay! I like questions. Yay! I like questions. Nothing is happening. Yay, I got a thumbs up. Yay, chat's working. Woo-hoo. Okay. What does it look like for you to value consistency over intensity? Yay, more thumbs up. Here's a question to ask yourself. In what ways would you benefit from improving your mindset? So, I love exercise is like my favorite thing about mindset because I used to be in such a mindset that I just hated exercise. It was the worst thing. It sounded like the least fun activity there could possibly be, but I enjoyed walking. So I went for walks. And then I was like, okay. I like walking. And then I like increased my pace and my intensity of walking. And I was like, oh, this kind of feels good. I kind of, enjoy this. And then I've been able to use that, small little mindset shifts into now I'm doing burpees and squats and mountain climbers and weight stuff. Like, I never would have thought I would have ever liked doing those things. I was like, I don't like it. It's not fun. It's whatever. And now I'm finding it's something that I actually enjoy. But my mindset had to change. My mindset had to change in order for that to happen. So, what can you do to improve your mindset? If you're stuck in the mindset that I struggle in the evenings, if you're stuck in that mindset, then you're going to struggle in the evenings. Whenever you start to believe something different, it can become easier. This is a good one. Are you giving yourself credit for trying? So much times we want to be too hard on ourselves. We want to be too critical. But are you giving yourself credit for trying? Are you supporting and loving yourself? I went over a year and almost 100 pounds before I even started walking. Fitness has really helped my mind the most. Helps me understand how this new body works. You know, the you don't need to do any exercise to lose weight. You don't have to. You can do it solely through calories by being in a calorie deficit. You don't have to exercise, but it helps the mind and the body and the spirit. I believe that it is very, very beneficial to us all. And it's not all just about weight loss, it's about being a healthier version of ourselves. I think that's how we feel. And exercise is part of that, is being healthier. It's good for our heart, it's good for our bodies. Here's a fun question that I like to journal about. What are the gaps between what you know and what you do? Loki, go. Loki, Loki, go. Sorry, 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 sorry. He's terrible, terrible. So, what are the gaps between what you know and what you do? And how will you close those gaps this week? How are you going to close those gaps? How are you going to close those gaps? So, I think that's a fun question to ask yourself. And the thing is that we're all going to answer these questions differently. We have to answer these questions for ourselves and think about them and solve them because it's all different for all of us. Here's a lovely question. Hello, Angel. What if just for one day you seized every single moment and every single choice as a chance to move in the direction of your goals? Isn't that a cool question? I love that question. I thought that was my dog for a second. Yeah, I'm so sorry. He's fired up. What if just for one day you seized every single moment and every single choice as a chance to move in the direction of your goals? Is anybody writing any of these down? Anybody writing any of these down? Anybody going to journal this week on them? Meditate, visualize, think about. Where do you have opportunities for improvement in your actions, thoughts, or reactions? Here's a question that I really, 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 really like. What can you do today that will make tomorrow easier? Meal prep, laundry, grocery shopping, chop some vegetables. Yay, Will, that's awesome. What can you do today that will make tomorrow easier? What are some behaviors, thoughts, patterns, or habits that don't reflect the best version of you? Oh, I love this one. Loki, you're going to have to go. In what ways are you wasting your time and energy? In what ways are you wasting your time and energy? Are you scrolling TikTok too much? On Instagram too much? Watching too much TV? In what ways are you wasting your time and energy? Wasting your time and energy by being too hard on yourself? But mom, I took him on a 45-minute walk before this so that he would be good. And no, he's going to have to get kicked out of their room next time. Ooh, this is a fun one. How do you talk to your how do you talk yourself into all or nothing approaches? How do you talk yourself into all or nothing approaches? I feel called out about the TikTok. I don't have TikTok because it's so easy to be on there and then all of a sudden it was like 30 minutes and you're like, oh my God, now I don't have time for blah, 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 blah. It's crazy. I can't, it was too much time wasting for me. I had to get rid of it. Why do you want to achieve your goal? I think this is really important question for us to ask ourselves frequently because it changes. Why do I want to achieve my goal? And what is your goal? Like we have this like big goal in mind. We have like this goal weight or goal size or vision or whatever our goal is. But sometimes we need to think about the short-term goals instead of the big, larger picture goals. And why do you want to achieve your goal? And to follow up with that, what is it that you'll have, be, experience, or feel when you reach your goal that you don't have now? I like this one. This one's a fun question. If someone else were in charge of solving the problems in your life, what would you want them to do? So many times we're not, thinking about the solutions in a creative way, and we have to think about, well, what would we want someone else to do? And it'll help us guide us to figure out what it is that we should do. What small wins can you create today? How will you invest in yourself today? Do you think of it as an investment? I'm investing in myself. Whenever you take time to Meal prep, whenever you take time to meal plan, when you take time to weigh or measure your food or count your calories or track things or to do exercise, do you think of it as an investment? Do you think of it as an investment in the longevity of your life and the better, quality of life? Here's a fun. Are you in the stands or in the game? Are you in the stands or in the game? And what's the difference? What's the difference? If you say yes, what are you saying no to? If you say yes, what are you saying no to? And what will you do today to make it amazing? What will you do today to make it amazing? And you know what? You came here. You came here to talk about the ABCs of weight loss and the letter Q. And you started your day off by making it amazing by taking the time to invest in yourself and to think about your goals and to think about what it is that you want to help improve your mindset, to connect with friends that are here to support you and encourage you and help you along the way. So you started to make today amazing by doing this one little thing. Can I write some of these questions in my description? Too fast for me to think about and answer them, but they're all good thoughts to spring off of. Yes, I can. I will do that for you. I will write the questions in the description box. Some of them. What will you do today to make today amazing? So, what's next on your agenda today? How are you going to make today amazing? How are you going to make today amazing? So that whenever you go and lay down and you put your head on the pillow tonight and you think about all the things that you did today to make yourself proud, what investments are you going to make in yourself today? Feel good. Exercise, then grocery shopping. I did my grocery shopping yesterday. So happy it's done. So, what are we going to do to make today amazing? I'm not going to stay up late. Food, shop, meal prep. I have to clean my house. But it's one of those things is you got to do because whenever you have a clean environment, you have a cleaner mind. Clean environment gives you a cleaner mind. It's it's so funny how all these little things are so connected. Like talking about, a clean environment. It is so much easier whenever you don't have dirt and clutter and whatever to get up and get motivated to do anything. Whenever everything is all like just whatever, I find that I just don't want to do anything. It's like it's easier to just turn the TV on and just put like tune everything out versus doing anything. But whenever things are like neat and clean and stuff, it gets me more like energized and more motivated to cook or to exercise or to do like anything. It's just feels a whole so much different to me. I'll incorporate air squats or lunges or something. I love to kind of like make house cleaning kind of like an exercise game. I think that's kind of fun. I found the more I get my life in order, the more I want to get my house in order. I've been doing big clean outs of stuff that also don't serve me. Yeah, I relate to this. I relate to that so much. It's it's just I, I don't know. It's just this weird phenomenon. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. So today we talked about some quotes, and you guys had some awesome quotes. And the cool thing is that some of those quotes they're in the chat. So if you want to come back and you can't remember a quote, you might be able to go back to the chat and read it and see, oh, there's that quote that I wanted to grab. And I'm going to put some of the questions in the description box so you can come back for that. And if you would come back to this video and leave in the comments below one of your favorite questions or one of your favorite quotes so that we can all help each other out with good questions to ask, good quotes that can help guide us, and it'll also help, the video out and stuff like that. So come back to the video, make sure you leave a comment. Started moving around or balancing while cleaning. It's little things that show how far I've changed. Yes, I would agree with that. So it was an awesome talk today. It was awesome. You guys are so amazing. I just am so happy for you to be here, to join us. I'm just so grateful that you were here today talking about these questions and quotes and quick and quest and quicksand. Don't get trapped in that quicksand this week. It's not even real. I know we're almost done with the alphabet. It's sad. So sad. Got to figure out what we're gonna do next. All right. So guys, I think that's all we have for today. But I appreciate you. I thank you for being here. Again, don't forget to come back and leave a comment. And then we're gonna see you next week. We're still gonna be at 9 a.m. for the month of February. So I will see you guys next week. As always, this quest is an adventure. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Yes, you all have a good week. And oh, yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope it is lovely.